Hello guys, welcome to the class. In this class, I am going to discuss about railway alignment. Railway alignment. So in previous class we have been discussed that what is railway track, what are the various components of railway track we have been discussed. And in this class I am going to discuss about railway alignment. If you take railway track contains various its components like ballast, sleepers, rails, and especially railway track is constructed to connect two places or 2 points upon the earth through rail transport. Understand? So railway track is a mode of transport or is a medium which allows train to move upon it. Understand? So that is called as railway track. And so railway track may be like this. If it is a point A and if it is a point B, if we need to connect these 2 points by using railway transport, so we can construct a railway transport like this. It may be a rail, and these are the sleepers. So railway track be like this. Understand? And the route of railway line between A and B is called as railway alignment. So it means what is the route? What do you mean by route? Route is the track or railway track or railway system is different and the route is different. The route railway alignment is nothing but route or A to B. It is the center line of the railway line is called as a railway alignment. It means you can say that center line of railway track is called as railway alignment. Not only railways, even if you consider highways or roads and also coming to railways, both either railways or highways or roads, the center line of the particular route or the center line of the railway track or the center line of the road is called as alignment for both in the case of roads and also in the case of railways. Understand? So this is called as railway alignment. And if you take a railway track, the alignment is the most important component. Understand? And the alignment plays a vital role in the maintenance and also in the operation. It means in the construction, maintenance, and also the travel of passengers or goods upon the railway track. Understand? Completely depend upon the railway alignment because it plays a vital role in a railway track. And one more thing we should remember that the railway alignment is we can say that it is the heart of a railway project. Understand? It means the choosing or the choice or the selection of alignment is the most important, precious, and we can say that this is the heart of complete railway project. Okay, now, so railway alignment is that much important, and in this session, especially under the topic railway alignment, I am going to discuss about what is railway alignment. I am going to discuss, and also what is good railway alignment, good or ideal railway alignment. This is the first one I am going to discuss, and next one is the requirements of ideal railway alignment. Next one is the requirements of a good railway alignment. Understand? So these two topics I am going to discuss, and after that, what is the importance of railway alignment? I have been told already. So railway, a new railway line, it means coming to importance of railway alignment, I told you that the railway alignment can play a key role or vital role and also most important role within a railway track. And the railway alignment should be, it means if you take a point A and a point B, the rail, and we can draw or we can construct railway track like this. Understand? Or we can also construct railway track like this. It means our aim is to reach from A to B. Understand? But understand? So, and the center line of this railway track is called as railway alignment. Understand? And also we can reach A to B like this. Okay, so like this, in whatever the direction and whatever the path you want, you can reach from A to B by using rail transport. Understand? And the center line of that particular railway track is called as railway alignment. Understand? But a railway alignment should be a shortest distance between the 2 points. It means what will be the shortest distance between 2 points? A straight line. The straight line between the any 2 points will be a shortest distance between the 2 points. Understand? So if any railway alignment or if any railway alignment is have been decided in the way that it is a straight or it is the shortest distance between 2 points, so then that railway alignment is said as good railway alignment or ideal railway alignment. Understand? So, and one more thing, that is the importance of railway alignment. It means one more thing we should know, that railway track construction, if we need to construct a railway track for 1 kilometer, approximately it will cost 1 crore rupees. Understand? It means to construct a railway line or to construct a railway track for 1 kilometer, approximately it will be 1 crore. Understand? And minimum how much it will be? 60 lakhs. Understand? So 60 lakhs it will be. So the construction of railway line or railway track even for 1 kilometer, 60 lakhs to 1 crore it is charging, and more than 1 crore also sometimes it may be beyond that 1 crore. Understand? So that's why railway alignment should be as shortest as possible. Understand? And one more thing is the railway alignment. If we made or if we choose a railway alignment as wrongly, understand? So the entire railway transport system will be failed, and this much of costly it is. Understand? So in case if it is this much of costly, what we can do? We need to choose the railway alignment as shortest as possible and as proper as possible and as simple as possible. Understand? So that is the importance of railway alignment. If the railway alignment is not proper or it is improper, so the entire railway project will become failed, and we need to replace the entire railway track, or we need to replace the entire railway project. Understand? This is too much cost involving in the construction of railway project. It means it is highly costly to construct a railway project. Understand? So it is impossible to construct a railway line between 2 points second time. Understand? So first of all, it means that the first time when we are constructing a railway line, a railway project, understand? In the first time itself we need to choose railway alignment properly. Understand? So that is the most importance of railway alignment. And in this session I am going to discuss about what are the requirements of good railway alignments and what do you mean by good or ideal railway alignment. These two topics I am going to discuss in this session. So the railway alignment, we can define that railway alignment as alignment of railway line refers to the direction and position given to the center line of the railway track on the ground, either in the horizontal or vertical plane. Understand now? It means the railway alignment, again it have been classified into two types. First one is horizontal alignment and next one is the vertical alignment. It means if the ground on which we are laying railway track, it is flatter. Understand? If the railway track is flatter, it means the ground is flatter. In that case, the alignment of railway line is called as horizontal alignment. And if the ground can having undulations, it means if the ground is undulated, in this case the alignment we can provide is vertical alignment. It means the railway track, if it is moves in horizontal direction completely, it is called as horizontal alignment. either undulations in ground are there, or either in hilly areas. Understand? It means if we need to travel from here to here, we can provide a railway track like this. Understand? So in that case, the alignment is called as vertical alignment, and in horizontal alignment, there only horizontal alignment is there, and only the leveled ground will be there. Understand? And in horizontal alignment, sometimes we may need to change the direction. Understand? It means wherever we need to change the direction of a railway line, at that places we can provide curves. Understand? So this is the direction of a railway alignment, and this is the point where we need to go. Understand? So in that case, what we need to do? Understand? So we need to change the railway direction. Understand? So like directly with 90 degrees or with 60 degrees, 90 degrees or 60 degrees, we cannot change the railway alignment. Understand? This is A point, this is B point. From here to here, understand? A person or a railway track should be laid. So like this, if we need to change, if we need to lay directly, we cannot change the direction of the railway track with a rectangle. Understand? So in this case, we can change the direction of railway line with some curve. Understand? So like this we can change, like this. Okay now. So this is a curve. This is called as curve. The curves, only whenever we need to change the direction of the railway line or the direction of the route, we can provide curves. Okay. So in this if the ground is flatter, we can call that alignment is horizontal railway alignment, and in the case of horizontal railway alignment, only curves will be there, transition curves or horizontal curves will be there. Understand? And in case of vertical alignment, the railway track contains vertical curves and also it may contain gradients, and also sometimes it may contain gradients. Gradient is nothing but a slope or steep or slope. Understand? And also it may contain some rises and falls. Understand? Vertical curves will be there, gradients will be there, and one more thing is that they may have some super elevation concepts will be there. Understand? So in the case of horizontal curve also, transition curves will be there. In the case of curves, super elevation needed to be provided. Okay, so these are all the various aspects which are be within horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. Understand? In case of horizontal alignment, the ground should be flatter, and transition curves and super elevation only needed to be provided whenever we need to change the direction. And in case of vertical alignment, the ground should be undulated. It means when ground is having some undulations, or when the railway line to be made within hilly areas and mountains, understand? We can provide vertical alignment. In that case, the vertical curves will be there, gradient will be there, and super elevation will be there. Understand? So these are all the various components of different types of railway alignments. Understand? And you can see, first of all, what are the basic requirements of an ideal railway alignment? Understand? I told you that one concept is there, that is ideal or good railway alignment. Good alignment. Understand? So already we have been discussing that what are the basic objective of any transportation system, not only railway or highway or airport or water transport system. Understand? So whatever the transportation system, its basic objective is it should be economic to the people. Understand? And next one is it should provide safety and comfort to the passengers. Understand? And next one is it should not provide any environmental pollution. Understand? So this is the basic and most primary objectives of any transportation system. It should be economic, it should provide safety and comfort, it should not create any pollution to environment. Understand or no? And economic in the sense of financial aspects, it means the charge what they are costing from the passengers. Understand or no? So it should be as low as possible. And next one, the safety in the sense of accidents, and it means safety related to the accidents and the health of the people and our lives of the people. And next one is the comfort in the sense like what are the facilities they are providing, and also comfort related to the time and distance they are traveling. Understand or no? So it means the transportation system should convey people or should transport people or goods from one place to another place in the sense of time as fast as possible. Understand? In the sense of distance also as short as possible. Like that, it should convey people or it should convey goods from one place to another place. Understand? And next one is the it should be pollution free. It means the transportation system should not cause any pollution. If the system is creating pollution, so some remedies may be taken. Understand or no? So these are all the three basic requirements or three basic objectives of any transportation system. Understand or no? So in the sense of deciding or in the sense of choosing a good railway alignment, it should be economic. Understand or no? It means it should be economic to people who are traveling upon the alignment or who are traveling upon the particular railway track. And it should be safety. It means safety in the sense that it should the alignment or the railway track should not possess or should not lead to any accidents. Understand or no? And it should not create any health issues to people. It means the route itself or the alignment itself, it should create some safety to people. And next one, it should create the comfort. Comfort means the distance between the 2 points they are traveling, it should be as shortest as possible. Understand or no? As short as possible. And mostly straight line means it is the shortest distance. Understand or no? And also it should convey people from one place to another place as fast as possible. Understand or no? So if an alignment or if a railway track constructed with a particular alignment, if it is economic and it can provide safety and comfort to people, so then that alignment is said as good alignment. Understand or no? So then that alignment is said as good alignment. So that is a good alignment. Okay now. So and next coming to the requirements of good alignment, it means when we can say an alignment is a good alignment, when it is economic and when it provides safety and when it in the case of railway alignment, it should be economic and it should be safe and comfort. And the next one is it should develop the country or it should develop the nation. It means it should lead some developments. And also it should provide some economy or it should provide some revenue to nation and revenue to country. Understand? So then that alignment is said as good alignment. Understand? It should be economic, it should safe and comfort, it should lead to some development. It means development of backward areas or development of certain things. It means development of industrialization or development of rural areas or development of agriculture or development of economy of poor people. Understand? So all those things. It means in the development itself, in the sense it can come under employment, if it can provide us any employment, or it can convey people from rural areas or from backward areas to the places or to the centers where employment is there. Understand or no? So that one, and also it can provide some revenue to nation or some revenue to good its responsible body. Understand? Or so then if any alignment or if any railway track contains all these things, so then we can say that alignment of the railway track is called as good alignment or ideal alignment. Ideal alignment. Okay now. So I will tell you that. So if any alignment contains all these things, it can be said as good alignment. And one more thing we should remember, that before choosing any railway alignment or before starting the construction of any railway alignment, the railway alignment or the railway project should have a purpose. Understand or no? It means, so all these things should be there. And one more thing is that it should have a purpose. Understand? So it should have particular purpose. It means the purpose of the construction of railway line or the purpose of the selection of good railway alignment should be reasonable and should be valuable. Understand? It should be valid and it should be valuable and reasonable. Understand? So then only that alignment should be as a good alignment. Understand? So these are all the different requirements of alignment. Like first one is the it should have a particular purpose. Understand? And next one is the it should be economic. It should provide safety and comfort. And the next one is the it should lead some development, or it can provide employment, or it can improve the economy or financial status of the people, and also it can provide some revenue to the nation. Understand? So then only it can call as good alignment. Understand? So this is about the railway alignment. Understand? And one more thing is that one more important topic is there, how to select a good alignment. Understand? So these are all the, if any alignment or if any railway project provides all these things, we can say that is a good alignment. Understand? And if any alignment is said to be good, it should have all these properties. Understand? So this, if any question asks that what are the requirements of good alignment, you can explain all these things. Or what is good alignment, also you can explain this thing. Understand? And next one is that how to select a good alignment. Understand? Or what are the various factors involving in the selection of alignment. Okay. So the factors which are feasible and the circumstances which are it means which are supposed to have or supposed to provide all these things, so then it can be as good alignment. And the circumstances which are not able to provide all these things but any of these things, so then it can be simply called as alignment. That's it. Okay. So now we discuss about what are the factors which can affect the selection of alignment, or we can also call that as how to select a good alignment. I am going to explain that. Next one is factors affecting selection of alignment. Normally a direct straight route connecting 2 points is a shortest distance. Understand? And it will be the most economical distance. Understand? So if it is a point A and it is point B, if we need to connect these 2 points by using a railway track, understand? So that the straight line or the straight distance between these 2 points will be the shortest route, and also it will be the most economic route. Most economical route. Okay, now so this is the first point or first factor which can affect the selection of railway alignment. It means while we are selecting an alignment, understand? So first of all we should consider that is there any straight route is available or no. Understand? If straight route is not available, as much as possible, it means in the sense of distance, also in the sense of economy, how we can provide. Understand? So that is the first factor we should consider in the selection of a route. And also not only this, and also various factors which are involving in the selection of good alignment I am going to discuss now. See, first one is the distance. Understand? And next one is this is the most important one, choice of gauge. First one is the distance, and next one is the choice of gauge. Okay, and next one is the different ground features, ground or topographical features. Either hilly areas are there, valleys are there. Understand? So any water bodies may be across during the railway line, or any rivers crossing the railway line. Understand? So all these things come under topographical features. And the next one is the any hilly areas are there. In those cases we need to raise the railway line, or we need to construct a tunnel. Understand? Tunnel may be constructed. And one more thing is that any undulations are there, we need to provide some ups and downs within the railway lines. Understand? And wherever we need to change the direction, distance and direction. direction. It is also plays an important role in the selection of alignment. Understand? So these are all the various factors which can affect the selection of railway alignment. You can see here. Understand? So these are all the various factors which can affect the selection of railway alignment. Okay now. So in this session we have been discussed that what is railway alignment and when we can say a railway alignment as a good alignment or ideal alignment, and what are the different requirements of good or ideal alignment, and what are the different factors which can affect or which can involve in the selection of railway alignment we have been discussed. Okay now. So in next session we will discuss about somewhat deeply. It means different features or different factors we need to consider while selecting a railway alignment. Understand? So about this we can discuss deeply in next session. Thank you.